Bisshhh'sss, how's it going? Today I will be using Gel Beauty at Midnight and Rebel Lantern that glows in the dark, and the Sprinkle on Glitter from Kiara Sky Rose Quartz. And I am doing a Geode nailed situation. Hi, I'm Chlois if you are new here, aka Manny Bish on Instagram. And yeah, guys, join our Bish squad we got going on here. We'd love to have you. Give this video a like and comment. It helps me out a lot and I greatly appreciate it and all of you guys for all of your love and support. You guys are just seriously the best. Anyways, I'm doing a lantern on my index and ring finger. Those are going to be the main focus of the geode art that I'm going to do later. And I am going to be fully transparent with you guys and say that I did this mani not really knowing what or how to execute this. And as soon as I finished it, I immediately had thoughts on what I could have, should have done. So I will be trying to do this mani again probably next month sometime. So it'll probably be uploaded in March sometime. But I want to try again with the better ideas that I have now. So I think what I should have done on these fingers, the ones that were art focused, is to create a marble background instead of just a flat gray background. I would have liked to have mixed some white and black in there and create a marble and then do the geode art on top. So that's one of the things that I would like to change going into the next mani. But I don't like to hold back my manis that I think are bad or anything from you guys, or even just my bad mani days in general, because we are fully transparent over here on this channel, and I too have bad manis and have a bad execution sometimes. So in my opinion, this was one that could have been better, but it was my first try, and what are you gonna do? It was too late to change it after I already solidified and did everything. I mean, I guess not too late. I had pill base, but I had other stuff going on that I couldn't fix it right away. So anyways, I'm doing 2 coats of lantern, and then I'm doing At Midnight from iGel on my thumb, middle, and pinky. I'm using my Mani Boss liquids today. And on these 2 nails, before I switch to the black, I am going to add my glitter. So I am going to be using dip base for this. I did not use gel for any of this mani. This is a gel-free mani. So I'm just going to wipe as much off on my brush as I can, and I'm just going to create this little offset diamond kind of shape, and I'm going to pour that rose quartz glitter over top, and it's just going to stick where the dip base is. And that was one. And on my ring finger, or on my index finger, on my index finger, I'm going to do 2 different shapes. I'm going to separate them. So I've got this weird little triangle circle at the free edge, and this one up by the cuticle kind of reminded me of a heart, a misshaped heart, if you will. And I did not intend for it to look like that, but if you can see it, let me know. And then I am going through with my clear. So on on my clear, I am going to be clear capping these fingers twice. I'm doing 2 layers of clear on these fingers because the first layer to me wasn't enough because I felt like if I started filing, I would end up hitting the glitter. So I added a second layer of clear. That way, when it came to filing and buffing, I wouldn't hit that glitter and risk taking any of it off it or having weird silver spots in it. And now I'm doing the black, and I'm only going to show you guys 1 coat of the black, and don't ask me, oh, okay, I do know why. I was going to say, don't ask me why I decided to pour this over, but I remember now. There was reasoning behind my madness in this situation. I wanted to pour over to try and decrease the level of staining I could have going on. I've used At Midnight before, and though it doesn't stain nearly as bad as other blacks I've used, it does sometimes leave a slight gray tinge behind, and so I thought, well, I'll just try and pour over so I don't get crazy past my cuticle, into my knuckles and stain my knuckles. So that's why I decided to pour over, and it worked. I didn't have any staining, so that was my reason for that. And I'm only showing you guys 1 coat of black because I don't want to be redundant. It's not that important. It wasn't the main focus of the mani. And you guys know my dip routine by now if you've seen any of my other videos. So I am going to clear cap my black as well, just so I don't tear into any of the color of that when filing and buffing. I'm going to activate. I'm going to file and buff, and then we are going to start on the art. And for the art, I am just using acrylic paint. I'm going back over these a few different times because I'm running out of activator, so my brush isn't getting super soaked when I do it. Anyways, so I'm going in with acrylic paint. Again, no gel, acrylic paint. Now this is cuticle oil, and when my brushes are out of line and frayed looking and crazy and not as clean as I need them to be, I use cuticle oil. I will just put cuticle oil in one of the creases in my palm and just put the brush there and fold my hand up and run the brush through it, and it's perfect. That's how I keep my brushes oiled up, soft, and ready to go. And this one I had just forgotten to do after I finished my last mani that I used it, so I did it right then. So I'm taking the black and I'm outlining this glitter that we did. And I'm trying to keep it as thin as possible. You can see up at the top, got a little thick, but not perfect. In what world is anything going to be perfect? For those of y'all that can envision a mani and execute it perfectly, and power to you, man. I wish. I have those days every once in a while where something will come out the way I expected it to, or sometimes even better than the way I expected it to, but very rarely do those days happen to me. Usually I end up doing something and then thinking, like this mani, I could have done that differently, I should have done that differently, it could have been better. So that's where this is at. But I am outlining all 3 of those glitter spots, and then we're going to take the white. I wiped my brush off from the black. I'm going to take the white, and you'll see how I'm dragging my brush through. I want my brush to be coated evenly, but I don't want it to have a giant blob of white on it. So that's why I'm still brushing it off. And that way I can get thinner lines and not have it puddle, if that makes sense. Like when you first put it down, and sometimes you can have a drop of paint and then have to work from there, and it can be puddled. It's going to take longer to dry. That's what I don't want. So that's why I am brushing my brush through the paint and off on the paper towel before I pick up and go to my nail. And on this one, it did get a little thicker than my liking, and so I will remedy that situation here in a second. I'm just trying to make the white brighter and stand out more. Just a little extra pop. The other thing that I noticed that I could have and should have done differently was add a glitter outline of the purple. So I have a white, more translucent glitter from Kira Sky that's also the 3D sprinkle on glitter, and I felt like I should have, after I had done the pink glitter, gone around the pink glitter in a thin outline like I'm doing right now and done a white glitter and then clear capped, activated, and gone in with the black and white paint. And the only reason I feel that way is because when you open a geode, it usually has that darker, more pigmented color, and then it tapers out into a white clear crystal, and then you get the rock. And I didn't really think about that until after I had done this. And so there I just cleaned up some of that white, and that I used a angled brush from Maniology for that. And if you guys don't know, Clois will save you 10% at Maniology, and it is an affiliate link, so use if you'd like, don't use if you don't want to do that, it's fine. But just so you know, I do have a code that will save you 10%. And you'll see that I did the same thing with my brush. After I was done with my art, I cleaned it in this little thing up here in the right hand corner is nail polish remover in my dapping dish, and so I just put some of that on, and on the brush, cleaned it, did the cuticle oil trick, ran it through my hand, and it'll be good to go for my next use. And I am activating my nails now, and the reason I'm like tiptoeing around on the index and ring finger is because I do not want to smudge the paint. I did let it dry several minutes, but I did not want to risk it bleeding. And now I'm putting on what I think is top coat, and it's not. I left this in just so y'all know. I do make these crazy mistakes too. I'm using, see here, I realized it. Look, base coat. And I was like, well, I already put it on these 3 fingers. We'll go ahead and put it on these next 2 too. That way they'll be even layered. And I'll go ahead and have my nail art encapsulated again, the acrylic paint. But dang it, it was frustrating. So now I'm just wiping off the extra activator because I went ahead and put more activator on. And now we're going to use the dip top coat. So I put activator on, wiped off my nails, and now we're doing dip top coat. Now this is going to be like an extra added. Wow, that's added is extra and added put together. I'm trying to skip words and make my sentences shorter. I tried to add an extra, or this is going to be an extra added step for some of you. So what I'm going to do is, and this is just what I like to do, what I find works best for me. So I am finishing off with top coat, dip top coat, and then I'm going to be filing or buffing. I'm going to be buffing my nails matte, and I like the way that looks on most colors, just buffing it matte. I usually have no problem with it. I did with the black because of course it's black, so you can see scratch marks on it. And I used Sparkle & Co. matte top coat for this, and this is just a regular polish. So it didn't last crazy long, but it did last like 3 or 4 days, I think, which is about the time that I was ready to take these nails off anyways, because this shape is just not for me and I needed to change it. So I did use Sparkle & Co. matte top coat on those 3 nails, the black nails. On my Geode nails, they were perfectly fine with the way I had buffed them matte. So I left them alone, and now I am adding activator to the sparkle, and I am just adding dip top coat back onto that glitter, because that is the only part of the nail that I want to be glossy, so that way the glitter will actually shine and shimmer and look like the inside of a rock, and the rest of it will be matte. It gives a good, like, what is the word that I'm looking for? I can't even think of it. It just looks good. It gives it a nice little thing. I can't think of the word that I'm looking for. If somebody knows of the word that I'm thinking of, please comment it down below. Anyways, these are my Geode nails, and I hope you guys liked this video, and they glow, which you will see a picture here. So yeah, give this video a like, comment, subscribe if you're not already. I will catch y'all in the next one. Have a great day. Bye, Bisshhh'sss.